It's Week 10 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from San Antonio. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
Dalton right to the air. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run with Thomas. 7 yards there and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Dalton sets up play action. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game, and who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Dalton now to pass. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Dalton able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Dalton on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Desperados get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Dalton.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Andy Dalton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Desperados have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Throwing his car on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 21 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Hey, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Card out of throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Credit for that sack goes to Cameron Thomas. But when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now. San Antonio in possession. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Dalton here from the gun. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on third down. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Falcons. Zach Pascal, 38 yards. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. This is caught. It's Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now Dalton. This will be caught once again by Brown. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From midfield here, Dalton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. So Dalton now. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Dalton. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw his Carr. And he's got it to Patterson complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
From midfield, here's Carr. Another completion right back to Patterson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Patterson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Carr. Throw out wide is incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Dalton's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Dalton's throw complete there to Moore.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jake Haener leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We saw a strong first half out of the veteran quarterback, Andy Dalton. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. On first down, Carr. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. To throw, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On the return, here's Agnew. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Third down from the gun, Dalton. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And coughed it up, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Falcons ready to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Andy Dalton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a two-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Now after the INT, it's Carr.
And complete to Drake London.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Carr now to throw, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing his Carr on third down.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Back out comes San Antonio. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that up until that last.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30.
And this is so uncharacteristic for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from a guy who's taken really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. On the give, here's Robinson. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Carr. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. Dalton bootlegs out. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio. The offense on third down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Dalton here from the gun. This is caught. It's Brown. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Here's Dalton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Here's Dalton.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So here comes the veteran Matt Prater in a big spot in this ball game. This to make it a 2-score game. Prater's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
3rd down and 6.
Now Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr again.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 10, a minute 50 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Throwing his Carr. Able to find Patterson.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Pass complete to Robinson.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
That is caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carr.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Looking deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Antonio, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.